Hey, what's up, guys? Joker here. Hope you're all doing well. Do you want to know how you can destroy your career in 280 characters or less? It's quite simple. Just do what now former CEO and president of Tripwire Interactive, John Gibson, did over this weekend by tweeting out his support for the Texas abortion law, which has recently been pushed through. No matter what your opinion is on that, it's pretty obvious that as a president and CEO of a company, it's probably not the best idea to get too political on the internet, as the backlash has been swift and harsh. As I said at the start there, he's now the former CEO. So let's get fired right into this. We'll talk about what he said and the reaction from developers that have worked under Tripwire Interactive, fans, and the company itself. Did you just finish building a sweet gaming rig only to have this happen to you? Not to worry, because your CD Key has you covered with Windows 10 Pro licenses for under $18. And if you head over there right now, you could save 20% off with my code JPD20 at checkout. You'll receive your key within seconds, and then just click the start button and type activate to find the Windows activation screen, and all you got to do then is paste your code in. For more info as well as that coupon code, be sure to check out the links down in the description below. Now, quickly before we get into the topic of John Gibson and Tripwire Interactive, right before going live to do this video, I saw that a favorite actor of mine had passed away, and I just wanted to give a shout out and pay respects. Very sadly, at the age of 54, Michael K. Williams has passed away. We don't know the exact cause of death right now, but it does appear to have been involved with drugs in some form or another, as they found drug paraphernalia near the body. So it's seeming like it could probably be an overdose and stuff, but I don't think we've gotten any official anything official on that yet. So, we kind of have to wait and see, but just really sad to see him pass away. He was always one of my favorite and I think most underrated actors of this generation. He played Omar Little on The Wire, an amazing police show on HBO, and then also on HBO he played Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire, both two of my favorite shows of all time, and his characters on those shows just always really stood out to me, and I'd hope to kind of see him flourish from there into getting more bigger roles in film and stuff like that, and lead roles. But yeah, sadly passed away after a battle with addiction, so RIP to Michael K. Williams. Getting back on topic, though, with the firing of John Gibson from Tripwire Interactive, which is actually one of my favorite publishers and developers who have traditionally been, really headstrong PC developers initially. They have started putting out their games to console lately, but before that, they were primarily a PC-only developer and publisher, making games like the Red Orchestra series, the original Killing Floor, Rising Storm, which is, of course, also part of the Red Orchestra series. Most recently, they put out Man-Eater that they developed, but they've also published some other titles like Chivalry, as well as Chivalry 2, which have made their way to consoles. But like I said, at the start, all the way up to like Rising Storm, they pretty much only developed for the PC, and they were a very solid developer. At the time, I would have put them in the same class as like a CD Projekt Red before the sort of fall of CD Projekt Red with Cyberpunk 2077. They were a good developer. They put out solid titles. They didn't seem to milk their fans for microtransactions or loot boxes or anything like that, at least back in those days, like on Red Orchestra, which is a fantastic series. Highly recommend you check it out, as it still has a very active community. So I was very disappointed to see the tweet out from John Gibson, the CEO and president. He tweeted out over the weekend on September 4th this: proud of the hashtag U.S. Supreme Court affirming the Texas law banning abortion for babies with a heartbeat. As an entertainer, I don't get political often, yet with so many vocal peers on the other side of this issue, I felt it was important to go on the record as a pro-life game developer. Now, it should go without saying, no matter which side of this issue you stand on, one way or the other, probably not the best idea to put that out into the world on social media, especially when you're the head of a company and you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers and a lot of people working under you and counting on you. It's irresponsible, I think, to do that unless, hey, if you're fully aware of, what backlash is going to come. If John Gibson knew this and maybe he wanted to get out of working at Tripwire, who the hell knows? I don't think that's the case. But yeah, not a really smart move on his part if he didn't think this one through before posting it online. It just kind of seems like this kind of, just kept on boiling up inside of him, and he just couldn't take it anymore, and he had to go ahead and say something. And I feel like, probably most of us have done it before, but maybe not on such a big stage where you can get yourself into a lot of trouble and getting a lot of backlash and essentially ruin your career in 280 characters or less. And some responses have been pretty funny, that it almost got as many likes as his initial tweet. This one was pretty good. Seamus from @Opalith, just a Twitter user, don't really know who he is, said, "Deeply appreciate you going public with your stance on this, as it allows me, the consumer, to make more informed decisions about my purchases going forward." Then he highlighted a feature on Steam, which I never knew existed, and apparently a lot of people in the comments didn't know existed either, where if you go to a developer's page and you hit the settings tab, you can actually hit ignore this creator, so then you will never see notifications about their games again. So obviously saying that he doesn't want to be notified about Tripwire games after this, so that is not really a good look for Tripwire Interactive as a company, especially if the company as a whole doesn't share the same exact opinion as John Gibson, which is probably not the case. I'm sure there's mixed opinions, on both sides of that discussion within the company, and you shouldn't have your president and CEO making these statements that more or less, as the president and CEO, is kind of representative of the company as a whole, and he just really shouldn't have put this out there, honestly. But let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Now, besides the backlash from fans of Tripwire Interactive games, some of the developing studios that actually work right under Tripwire on some of their titles have come out as well, including Shipwright Studios, who have severed all ties now with Tripwire Interactive, although they may go back on that because now John Gibson has been removed as CEO, which we'll get to in a moment. But also Torn Banner Studios, the developer that worked on Chivalry, also made a statement over on Twitter saying that we do not share the opinion expressed in a recent tweet by the president of Tripwire, publisher of Chivalry 2. The perspective is not shared by our team, nor is it reflected in the games we create. The statement stands in opposition to what we believe about women's rights. So again, he put this out there, and it's affecting a lot of people, different companies, developers that work under them, the people that work at Tripwire Interactive, especially if fans or just gamers in general are going to flat out choose to not play Tripwire games anymore because of what this one idiot happened to say online, because he just put his foot in his mouth. Now, thankfully, the company has stepped forward and released an official statement and have removed him from his position as CEO. So hopefully people are willing to accept that and then still, trust Tripwire to put out quality games, because up until now, they have had a very good track record of developing and publishing very solid games. And one person's stupid comments should not ruin that entire thing, even if it's the president and CEO doing it, because now with him removed, the team should be able to go back to putting out quality titles and publishing good games, and I really hope it doesn't affect the games coming out from them in the future in any meaningful way, and they could just keep working with the teams they have worked with in the past, and maybe Shipwright will even, dial back their statement now that the CEO is removed, which I think would be fair. But let's go ahead and take a look at the full statement from Tripwire Interactive. They say, the comments given by John Gibson are of his own opinion and do not reflect those of Tripwire Interactive as a company. His comments disregard the values of our whole team, our partners, and much of our broader community. Our leadership team at Tripwire are deeply sorry and are unified in our commitment to take swift action and to foster a more positive environment. Effective immediately, John Gibson has stepped down as CEO of Tripwire Interactive. Co-founding member and current vice president Alan Wilson will take over as interim CEO. Alan has been with the company since its formation in 2005 and is an active lead in both the studio's business and development affairs. Alan will work with the rest of the Tripwire leadership team to take steps with employees and partners to address their concerns, including executing a company-wide town hall meeting and promoting open dialogue with Tripwire leadership and all employees. His understanding of both the company's culture and the creative vision of our games will carry the team through this transition with full support from the other Tripwire leaders. So really good that they have someone stepping in who's been with the company since the beginning. It kind of sounds like, with John Gibson being removed, hopefully things should kind of continue on without a hitch. And like I said, hopefully these developers don't hold the company as a whole, responsible for one person's actions, which were Obviously, he shouldn't have put that out there on the internet. No matter which side you are on, one way or the other, it really shouldn't. It's affecting too many people's lives and livelihood, and you should never get between a man and his paper. Dave Chappelle said it best. And also, just a quick note, after reading that again, I realized that they actually said that he had stepped down from his position. And I said earlier on in the video that he was fired or whatever. I think I may have said he was fired. So he technically stepped down as CEO, but I think we all kind of know what that means. It's like they kind of came to him and was like, look, we could fire you and it's going to be ugly, or you could just step down. And obviously he chose to step down. And, you know, who knows? He'll probably even get a sweet little severance package from this and be able to walk away from it. So he's still probably going to have a pretty good life either way. But I would say that his career in game development is probably over. I don't really see too many people wanting to buy games from this guy anymore because people just feel way too strongly about this topic, or maybe they rightfully feel strongly about it. I don't know. I honestly don't have any strong opinions on the topic. I do have an opinion on it, but it's not really something I really ever think about or worry about. But yeah, there it is. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and I will catch you tomorrow for another video. It's all right.